Finally, everyone many Zambian must be very mad up and very relieved with the news that is coming from South Africa. So we've had the final verdict from the Supreme Court that has overruled or that has delivered its verdict to say that the 60th president of the Republic of Zambia, the late former president, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, can now be buried at the place of his choice as per family wishes. So this is something that has been going on back and forth for over a year. I mean, it's a shame that this thing has taken far too long. It's been politicized, there's been issues. And just the thought that now this issue is coming to a closure, this is something that is very welcome. Now, for those of you that may not know, let me just give you a very quick political context so we can just understand how and where we are with this particular issue. So for over a year, the Zambian government has been going back and forth, tooth and nail, fighting for the president's body to be brought back to Zambia. And I think at one point we saw the body coming back to Zambia and the government did a postmortem on it. There were those that agreed with it. There were other people that were in disagreement of, what the state were actually doing. But I think it was, if you were in the president's shoes, obviously you wanted to know so that there's no speculation of, being accused or being involved in, that particular death, okay? But then again, when you look at the traditions and the norms of Zambia, it looks good on paper, Let's get the former head of state and bury him in a dignified manner, in the same way we've done with all the previous heads of states. You've got the president, the first president of Zambia, Mr. Kenneth Kaunda, Dr. Chiluba, you've got Mr. Mwanawasa, we've got Mr. Mike Osata, and all these excellencies, which is a good thing. But doing that without the blessing of the family now becomes a completely different matter, because particularly when the president declared himself as a persona non grata, meaning he did not want to have anything to do with Zambia following his death. Now, to me, that is a personal wound, definitely something that was deeply disturbing in him, and clearly, from what we've heard, he didn't want the president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, first of all, to attend the funeral. I think the family, the one torn in between, must have been there sitting and watching and crying, and thinking, what is it? What is actually happening? They must have been very confused and frustrated, angered, all these emotions pouring out, their loved one being played out in public in that sense. And so this is why we're saying a lot of Zambians, a lot of people, the public, the spiritual realm must be very, very happy about all of this. And may the soul of the former head of state rest in peace. And we hope that everything goes well with the burial.